Hi everyone, it's KB from KB Sports Media, and I want to take some time to talk about this story between Monica McNutt and Caitlin Clark. You have probably heard in the media that Monica McNutt is receiving a lot of backlash for her comments about Caitlin Clark's popularity, contributing a lot of Caitlin's popularity to being a white girl from America, more specifically, Middle America. And for those that do not know, Caitlin Clark is from the Midwest and she's from the state of Iowa. And Monica McNutt has received a lot of backlash and accusations of race baiting and race hysteria for making these comments about Caitlin Clark. Well, in Monica's defense, she did say that race could also be a contributing factor as to why Angel Reese is also very popular as well. And what I wanted to do was to be responsible in the media to make sure that I listened to the entire interview that she did with the BBC when she spoke about the WNBA, women's college basketball, NIL, and other areas as well. So I want to talk a little bit more about what this means as far as race being a contributing factor to Caitlin Clark's popularity, as well as Angel Reese. Now, I will tell you, I have worked in DEI for a while. And all transparency, it burns you out. It's a very tiring type of position to have, type of job to have. So to hear this in an area that I love so much, something that I use as entertainment, such as sports, it can also be very exhausting in all honesty. But in reality, we cannot get away from the fact that race has been a big conversation and a big topic between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, not between themselves, but between the media and everyone else when it comes to these two young ladies. Is it true that Caitlin Clark is popular because she's white? I think a lot of Caitlin Clark's popularity is because of her skill. She's a dynamic player. She's a generational player. Do I think that she's popular because she's white? I would say that there are a lot of people that relate to her who happen to be white. So in essence, I guess maybe Monica has a point there because we all want to relate to someone. And if you all do not remember, there used to be a commercial like to be like Mike with Michael Jordan. Everyone wanted to be like Mike. So Caitlin Clark is now attracting a lot of young women who want to be like her. Now, is it that every white girl in Middle America wants to be Caitlin Clark? No, there are probably some white girls who want to be Angel Reese, and there's probably some black girls who want to be Caitlin Clark. But I think a lot of times we put too much emphasis on the fact that Caitlin Clark is white or Angel Reese is black. Now, this could also help to bolster ratings in the WNBA because now you have this, we'll say, 2025 version of Magic versus Larry Bird. Maybe people are trying to recreate that and have that storyline, which can help the WNBA for ratings and popularity and things like that. That could be a reason why people are doing it. I'm not particularly sure. But if we look at the NIL valuation, we will see that the top player for that is Flau'jae Johnson at $1.5 million, not Paige Bueckers, who is a white girl and is, in my opinion, a far better player. No disrespect and taking nothing away from Flau'jae, but Paige Bueckers is a far better, superior player. So in that case, we can't make that same argument because Paige Bueckers, being the white girl, is not more popular, does not have a higher valuation than Flau'jae Johnson, who is a black player. So I think at the end of the day, race is going to continue to be a topic in our country, unfortunately, and there's no way getting around it. And like I said, as someone who has worked in DEI, has worked in it every single day, I no longer am in that space as far as a 9-to-5, but I can tell you there is no getting away from it no matter what you're doing, whether it's sports or corporate or whatever you're doing. But I would like to see us focus more on basketball, more on the skills of these young ladies, and really about what they bring to the table when it comes to the court. Monica McNutt was also asked about personality and the importance or the influence of personality when it comes to the WNBA and stars and whatnot. And it's actually no different if you look at the NBA. It's a league where personalities, names, the individual athlete is the bigger draw than, let's say, maybe the NFL where the teams are the draw. So it's always going to be like that in this type of sports when we talk about basketball. But as I mentioned before, I would like for us to focus a lot more on the game, a lot more on the ladies' skills. And the reality is whether or not Caitlin Clark is white, black, green, yellow, she has brought a lot of attention to the WNBA. She's brought a lot of attention to women's basketball in general. And we should all, those who love basketball and love women's basketball, should be appreciative to what she has brought to the game, along with Angel Reese and others who have contributed to the success of the game. So I do not want us to take away from what this young lady and others have done to take the WNBA in another direction, to take it in a place where people are talking about it more now. When but prior to that, it was people like myself who grew up playing basketball or watching women's basketball that actually tuned into it. So I don't want to take away the greatness that Caitlin Clark has brought to the game, again, regardless of her race. So I do want us to cut Monica McNutt some slack, because she also, as I mentioned before, talks about Angel Reese and talks about Angel Reese and how her being black may have helped her popularity when it came to Black America as well. So like I said, let's cut her some slack. She did speak to both sides of it as well, and responsible media would be able to kind of go in there, look at the interview, try to see what she was talking about. And I think that that's what she was saying in all fairness. But at the end of the day, I just hope that we can just talk about the skills. We can talk about the stuff that really matters, which is how they play on the court and what they bring to the table when it comes to that. And so again, so thank you so much. It's KB from KB Sports Media, and I look forward to sharing more stories with you.